HTML basic examples. In this chapter we will show you some basic HTML examples. We saw some examples in the previous video, but HTML documents. All HTML documents must start with a document type declaration. Inside angle brackets we have the exclamation mark doc type HTML. The HTML document itself begins with inside angle brackets lowercase HTML and ends with inside angle brackets / HTML. So this is your start tag and this is your end tag. So the visible part of the HTML document is between the tag body and the end tag body. So we saw this example in the previous video. My first heading, my first paragraph, the doc type declaration. So inside of the angle brackets, we using the exclamation mark, we have the word doc type. The doc type declaration represents the document type and helps browsers to display web pages correctly. It must only appear once at the top of the page before any HTML tags. The doc type declaration is not case sensitive. The doc type declaration for HTML5 is inside angle brackets exclamation mark doc type space and then HTML. And as we saw here in our previous example, this is the one that we're using, HTML5, since we're using the HTML here in lowercase. So that is that. HTML headings. HTML headings are defined with the inside angle brackets the heading 1 to the heading 6, or just H1 to H6 tags. H1 defines the most important heading, H6 defines the least important heading. Examples, as we saw in the previous, from H1 to H2 to H3. So HTML paragraphs. HTML paragraphs are defined with the lowercase p inside angle brackets, but you can also use the uppercase letter P, but it's recommended to use lowercase p. So HTML links. HTML links are defined with the inside angle brackets a tag. For example, we have inside angle brackets we use the a word, then we have href and as assigned we're gonna assign it to this link, to the URL that is gonna be https://www.w3schools.com. This is a link, so we have to copy this link and we have to go to our Visual Studio Code and we're gonna paste it right here inside of the head, and we can put it like right here in line number 9, or no, line number 10, no, line number 9, that's right. So what we are gonna do is just from here press Alt plus LO, and this is gonna open the page, and this is our headers. My first heading, this is H1, this is the H2, H3, H4, H5, and now this is the paragraph using the P inside of the angle brackets, and this is the link that we were just added to our HTML file inside of the line number 9. So we can click here and it's gonna send us straight to the w3schools.com. So that is that, and now we're gonna see, okay, the link's destination is specified in the href attribute. So here, this is the href attribute, and this is just a basic generalization. We're gonna see more examples in depth in further videos. Okay, attributes are used to provide additional information about HTML elements. You will learn more about attributes in later chapters. So now we have HTML images. HTML images are defined with the inside angle brackets img tag. the source file source, alternatively text, alt, width, and height are provided as attributes. So inside of angle brackets we have the word img for image, then we have the source, and the source for this picture is gonna be w3 schools that jpg. So for example, I already downloaded that image and I name it w3 schools that jpg. So that's, if you want to work, that's what you need to do, download an image, and you can go to, we can go to, pretty much go to Google and just pick I think it was this one. You can just download it and you have to name it, and you have to name it exactly this name, w3 schools.jpg. Okay, now we're gonna use the word alt. We're gonna assign it to w3schools.com. Then we're gonna use the width, it's gonna be 104, and the height is gonna be 142. So again, I already have it here, and as you can see, this is the image, and I already also downloaded to my Visual Studio Code, so I have it here in my folder test. So how to view HTML source. Have you ever seen a web page and wonder, hey, how did they do that? View HTML source code. So we have to right click an HTML page and select view page source. So you go here, right click, and you just go view page source, and pretty much this is the code that we're using. So that is that. Or view source or similars in other browsers. This will open a window containing the HTML source code of the page. Inspect an HTML element. Right click on an element or a blank area and choose inspect or inspect element to see what elements are made of. You will see both HTML and CSS. You can also edit HTML or CSS on the fly and the elements or styles in the panel. So if we can go here, and this time we're gonna inspect. We're not gonna view page source, we're gonna inspect, and this is pretty much what we have here. And you can do also, you just right click and then go inspect, or just Ctrl Shift I, and you just go, instead of going to the console, we go to the elements.